This all happened so fast. I feel disconnected, just drifting around. Hey, namaskar everyone, how are you? Hopefully everybody's been doing fantastic. Listen, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by and checking it out. I hope you're gonna stick around. If you're already a subscriber, thank you and welcome back. As always, welcome back means we are on another adventure, and that also means that you're gonna wanna know where we are and what we are doing. For the past couple weeks or few weeks, I've been traveling a little bit. I was going into Pennsylvania, I was going into West Virginia. Some of the videos I want to do things on, I want it to be better weather. This is not the weather that I want to be doing those in, because let's face it, it stinks. This weather stinks. Yesterday it was clear in the morning, then it was super bad out, then it started raining, then it was dry. Now we're back to this again, and then it's going to go into the single digits all next week. So I am keeping it local this weekend. We are actually in Boardman, Ohio. I wanted to do this video for a while now. I just didn't know what I was gonna do and how I was gonna present it. So we're just basically gonna let it present itself. That might kind of give a clue, if you can hear that, the bells in the background, kind of give you a little clue of kind of what we're gonna be doing today. But we are at Forest Lawn Memorial Park. It's a cemetery, and I kind of feel weird about calling it a cemetery, which it is, but they don't refer to it as a cemetery. It's a memorial park. You heard me say it before, and I'll continue to say it. If you want to know the history of a certain people of an area, a certain town, a certain state, whatever it is, you want to go to the local cemetery. This video, it's not really for the history of the people that were here. Although there's two people that I will talk about, but there's one I'm going to show you that is buried here that it's kind of like why I wanted to do this video. But I'm going to add some other stuff into it. But this video is more the history of the idea of the area, rather than like the people of the area. It's the history of the area and the idea of the area. But we'll talk about that here in a little bit. I think it's going to be a pretty nice video. It's going to be pretty calm. Not the weather I want to do in it, but I think the snow kind of adds a little bit of effect to it. So if you are ready for today's adventure, I suggest you get off the couch, you get ready, and let's go. We are right here. Right here. That is fantastic. Gotta go. Oh shoot. Look at all of them. I think they're ready to kick my ass. Harden saliva. You're okay. You're okay for watching my channel.
Jesus God, Mamma Mia, look what we got.
Shh. I said there's people still sleeping. Calm down. We're gonna go. We're gonna go. I told you she was afraid of bridges.
Do not. Stop it now.
That is the starting point of the trail. I guess. I don't know. You can start at the beginning or you can start at the end. I don't think it matters where you start at. But wherever you start, that's your starting point. Oh, shit. That's why I tell you, take a sip. History. Better Malanga. Okay, Forest Lawn Memorial Park. And as you can tell by the intro of the video, I'm obviously standing inside some kind of building, some kind of marvelous structure, as you can see. This is one of the two main buildings that are on this property. This cemetery or park was started in the 30s. This actually being the first building, and I will show you here in a minute. I just don't want to get snow and stuff on the lens. But this is the first building that was built here. This was built in 1930. Little history upon the area. This was not always a memorial park. It was not always a cemetery. If we go back to the era of John Young, okay, now hopefully everybody knows who John Young is. He was the founder of Youngstown. If we went back to his area, this property that you're looking at out here was owned by the Boardman family. They sold it to a man named Hugh Bonnell. Hugh Bonnell had a dairy farm here. He was known for his prized cows. Boardman started getting busy. It started building up. Now, little fun fact, and I've talked about this in some of my other videos, people, the old timers, you know, the founders and everything that started this whole area, they used to pass up Boardman, Ohio for Poland in Canfield, because Boardman was nothing but swamp. Boardman was just, it was not a good, wasn't good land. It was all swamp. But Boardman started to build up, okay? Too busy for Hugh. He actually moved his farm and his house, yes, his house, out to Hubbard, Ohio. He ended up selling his property to Parkland Development Company. Parkland Development Company consisted of 4 men. One of the men was a man named Earl McBride. He was actually the oldest of them all, and he was the first one to pass away, unfortunately. He, I think he actually had things to do with the cemetery all up until he did pass away. Now, it was originally purchased as it was going to be a housing development. Okay, now I remind you, this was in the 20s. Okay, 1929, Great Depression. Nobody was buying houses. Nobody was buying land. Nobody was buying property. Okay. Earl was in California. He started noticing the different cemeteries and stuff out in California, and their cemeteries were park-based. There was no monuments. There were no mausoleums. There were no tombstones. It was just straight flat. As you're looking out, and we'll get out there in a minute, I'll show you out that way. But it was flat. There was no obstruction. It was a park-like setting. Earl came back, kind of proposed that plan to the other 3, and that is how Forest Lawn Memorial Park was born, more or less. Yeah, really neat building here. This has that English gothic look to it. We'll walk around here because I don't want you looking at my face all day while I'm talking. But here is the arch on this side, and I'm digging those lamps up there. Look at that, it's double the lights. That is awesome. And the woodwork, and I don't know if you noticed this or not, when I go to another shelter area out here, you can see the wooden pins. No nails, no bolts. It's wooden pins in there. I don't know if you can see that. They're wooden pins. That is super cool, super awesome. I love the chandelier. I'll walk over to the other side so you can see that, but it's the same, identical as this is. And I kind of show you this, but yeah, this was built in 1930. This was the first, yeah, look at this. This was the first building to be built here. And the sandstone. Loving the sandstone in here. Now right there, if you look straight forward, that used to be a fountain right there. They done got rid of the fountain. That's not there anymore. You look up and you see the slate roof up on there, which is really, really cool. There's a few things, and I'll talk about some. Well, actually, I'll talk about all of them, and I'll show you all of them that have lasted through time. There was like there was two different periods. There was the 1930s period, and then there was the 1950s period of where they added things. But yeah, I don't know how many people actually stop here and like kind of look at this at all. But all this sandstone here, all this masonry work and stuff, I believe, if I get the name right, Felix Peza and Sons did the masonry work, and they were from Youngstown. But we'll walk to the other side, and I'll show you outside. This is why I'm trying to stay inside, because it is snow, and I don't want to get the lens all crazy. Yeah, look, now I don't know if this whole thing, I don't know if this whole area right here was a pond or just that area. I'm not sure. But indeed there was a little pond here, a little fountain, and then a little benches out here to sit at. Oh yeah, this is just yeah, it's all ice and snow now. Yeah, little fountain. Really cool, right? I mean, just look at the view. And right out there, that road is Market Street out there. So this is the Market Street entrance. And I'm trying not to lift the lens up too hard because I don't want the snow to get on the lens. But you see the gutters. It's just, look how gothic that looks, man. Just look how gothic, and look at the detail in the gutters. It's amazing that, you know, they don't build stuff like this anymore. Yeah, same thing. Look at the gutter with the slate. And I think, let's see what the gutters go down. Look at that. Amazing. So we'll come over here. Same thing, identical over here as it is on the other side. There's the pins again in the wood. And yeah, as you can see, looking straight on, you'll notice that there is no monuments, no tombstones, no mausoleums, no nothing. You can see the church in the back, which we'll talk about that in a little bit when we get down that way. And you're gonna love that. And I do have a little treat for you in store when we get down there to it. Yeah, no tombstones, no nothing. That is just crazy. And this is on the National Register of Historic Places as well. So, okay. Yeah, see, I thought it might be okay with the trees. I mean, look at that, with the snow and everything. I think that looks good. I think that looks good. Okay, so I told you there was some, here, let me get up here so you can, here we go, right here. Pause it, read it. There we go, there, here, Earl McBride. Here was the four, okay? Dennis Peters, Earl McBride, Raymond Brooke, and Paul Lutt. That was the four that bought this initially for a housing development. And then up here, the little church at Forest Lawn, which will be the church that we're gonna check out. Yeah, but those four men were the Parkland Development Company. Yeah, that's a fun read right there. It's an interesting read right there. And then up there, Forest Lawn Memorial Park, where the memory of beautiful lives will be kept beautiful always. Okay, and that was that's like the whole creed there, and that was the whole thing that why they wanted to build this in a park-like setting. They wanted people to be happy and not focus on the unaliveness and passing away of people. They wanted to be happy. But yeah, there it is right there. The first structure here. That fabulous Gothic entrance. Very nice. Now, and again, that's the 1930s structure. So that is still here. It's awesome. It's amazing. You come over here, there's the flagpole. That, I believe, was a 1930s. That was from the 1930s, so that's still around. Okay, and I'm talking about, you know, we're talking about structure-wise. Yeah, look at the eagle up there in the corner, right like that. That is awesome. Very cool, very cool. And then you got the stars, and man, that's awesome. Now this right here is also from the 30s. The Forest Lawn Memorial Park sign. So right there, you got 1, you got 2, and you got 3 pieces that are still here from the 1930s. And I just noticed across the street, that's called Forest Lawn Stormwater Park over there. That used to be where the old Market Street School was. I just noticed that the other day. But yeah, I don't know what that's gonna be. But yeah, there it is. And I'll go show you the little stone, cornerstone over here. Man, it is coming down. What a bunch of stinking weather, man. Stinking weather. Okay, here it is, right here. The Mill Creek Memorial Park Association engraved in there. Those must be like plant holders right there. And National Register of Historic Places. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take you around. I'm gonna show you some of the 1930 pieces, some of the 1950 pieces. I think next though we're gonna take a look at the church. And yeah, and there's the back of it right there. But we'll go take a look at the chapel. And I have a little surprise for you with that. What a day to come out and do a video. Just nuts, okay? But here we go. Here is the little church of Forest Lawn, the Forest Lawn Chapel. Now this was modeled after a 12th century church in England, I think Castlecombe, Wiltshire. We're gonna walk around it. I'll walk up in the porch. I'll show you the plaques on it. There's all these plaques all over, okay? National Register, I never seen so many National Register of Historic Place plaques than this one. But yeah, 1930 is when, you know, this was the idea of it came, but the chapel was built in 1935. There is the, if you can read it, the plaque, the Little Church of Forest Lawn, dedicated in 1935. And here we go, right here. The founders of Forest Lawn Memorial Park. Raymond Book, Earl McBride, Paul Lutt, and Dennis Peters. And I think McBride is actually interned in here with his family. But check out the gutters here. Just look at that. Just look at it. It's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love getting out, and I love looking at different structures and thinking about the history and stuff of it. But these lights are fantastic. I was here the other day, and this just had ice hanging from it and everything. There's the other side, and then you come in here and you're greeted by the entrance of the door. Look at that right there. How fantastic. And yeah, the light fixture, look at that light fixture there. Very cool, very cool. And these hooks to hold the doors open right there. That's what that, you would open the door, and this would be hooked onto that. But yeah, just look at the, just How amazing, right? How amazing. And then I think, I don't know, okay, there is inside of the church, right? That is the inside of the church. But I do have a little treat for you, because I was here the other day, I think maybe Thursday or Friday I was here, knowing that this is closed on the weekends. I came here and I was able to go inside and look around. So I'm going to put that in right now. Okay, so like I said, when I come here, I usually do my videos on a weekend. This church is closed, or the office is closed. I was able to come inside. I was let inside. So I wanted to show you the inside of the chapel. Now, the chapel was established around 1930, but I think it was built in 1935. 1935 it was built, right? Yeah. Yep, it was built in 1935. But I'll show you around a little bit, because I don't know. I know people drive through here. If you're local, sometimes people use this as a shortcut to cut through to get to market and stuff. But yeah, how nice. Everything in here is original. And wow, look at that. The woodwork, the stone, all the stonework in there, and even the pictures up there. Yeah, look at that. Has that medieval look to it. Even the restrooms. Yeah, look at that. Probably the original restroom in there. And I always love the marks on stone, because a lot of the stuff is hand carved. I'll walk around and show you. Even these are fantastic looking too. Wow. Yeah, everything original in here. So in the video, I don't know if I already walked around the church or if I'm going to walk around the church, but wherever this is going to fall into. But this is what the inside is. So I am grateful that I was let in. I like those windows here. Look at that. And look at that. Wow. Very somber in here too. And even, yeah, look, I always liked the old doors. There's the outside. And looking forward. Yeah, that's a somber shot right there. Okay, now I wanted to show you something too, this is crazy. Over here at this gate, right here. Right, that's awesome, but if you get a closer look on that, the designs inside the metalwork, I thought was fantastic. That is like totally unique. I've not seen that in a chapel or a church. But when I came in, she told me that somebody dropped these pictures off. You always gotta love history buffs too that have old photos, but she was thinking this was like the first like makeshift kind of chapel that would have been here. You can see it, they're the, you know, makeup tents, Forest Lawn Memorial Park, which I believe this was Milk Creek Memorial Park at one time, or known as. Probably the first burial that was here. Road. That must be inside here, right there. And this right here, the proposed chapel. And there it is. It's an awesome chapel. Now this right here, and hopefully I talked about it already, but this area, this whole property used to be a farmhouse, and that is the house that was here at one time. So very, very cool photos. That is very awesome right there. Yeah, so one more look around, and there is one more thing I want to show you out in kind of like the office area. But yeah, so this is what the inside of the chapel looks like. I know everybody gets to see the outside, but again, grateful that I was able to come in here and show you this. Okay, now we'll go through here and let me show you inside. Yeah, you come in here. This is the office in here, but there's another picture of the chapel. Different ideas, but right here, this is the original like proposed map of what the cemetery was supposed to be, how it was supposed to be. And I don't think this was the original plan, but it's not. There's parts in here that were not become right.
The entrance from Shields was never done.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
From
okay.
here.
Yeah, yeah.
See,
Yep.
because but
Yeah, that's
other than that, it's
that's a
pretty
great
well-
map. That's a great map. Yeah, right there. The general plan, the original plan. Wow. And that's the bells in the chapel. Is that the bells?
Well, it used to be. It's not
Okay.
fairly on.
Okay.
There used to be like the bells, but now
Okay, yeah, look at that.
and it's saying so.
Okay, yeah. That's why I say I like, you know, you look around, you see some of the marks, because a lot of that was hand chiseled, handmade. Yeah, there's that. Right there. So yeah, that was the inside of the chapel. So, and your name again?
My name's Donna.
Okay, my name's Jim.
Jim.
Glad, I'm privileged to be in here. I'm glad you could let me in and let me look around.
Can I look at this?
It's, yeah, you know what? It won't be posted until probably the next week or whatever. It's Everyday Adventures with Jim.
Everyday
is what it
Adventures
is.
with Jim?
Yes, yes. So yeah, I just wanted to be able to come in here. Like I said, I usually do my videos on the weekend. You're not going to be here. You're going to be enjoying your day off. So I'm really grateful that you let me in. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, you have yourself a good day and happy Valentine's Day.
You too.
All right. So yeah, even the windows, you come out here and just, you can, it's so awesome in here. And those doors, right? Those doors are great. Wow. Okay, so let's go back out and walk around some more. Okay, so hopefully you like that. I was glad I was able to go in there and show you the inside of that. I had to come here after work just to get in there because like I said, I do a lot of my videos on the weekends. I knew they were going to be closed. But how did you like that iron work? That reminded me of Keith Haring, the art of Keith Haring for some reason. So yeah, let's walk around the church or the chapel and see some of the amazing structure on that. Look at that. Look at the gutters. I'm all about the gutters up there. They just don't do that kind of stuff anymore. Slate roof up top. And then that tower right there is amazing. How cool is that? And see, it's just, everything is right here. Everything is flat. It's all flat. It's all flat everywhere right here. There's nothing, there's just nothing above other than their monuments, you know, or they're not even monuments, they're features, which we will go see. I'll show you all their features here. Look at that. Wow. The windows. Yeah, look at that. Amazing. All the light fixtures. Another door. All the sandstone. Yeah, look at that slate. Look at the slate roof. So I'm assuming what those are copper, right? I think this is copper. Maybe. Wow. I love that door. Love that door. It is cold out here, so bear with me, everybody. Yeah, the stained glass windows, the colors of them on there is just fabulous. Remarkable. More downspouts. You'll like this. You'll like this side too. I love this. I love this part. Okay. There's another plaque for the National Historical Places. This is actually the office when you go in here. And look up there. That little sundial up there. Is that fabulous or what? That is fabulous. And then here is the other side over there with that tower in the background. I believe this part right here, when I was talking, I think something happened here, a storm. When they had a storm, something hit the window there. It wasn't like a break-in or anything. Something happened, a tree branch or something happened. Yeah, people use this as a shortcut too here. But here's the little church of Forest Lawn Memorial Park. Established 1930, built in 1935. Okay, so I think it's time to go check some of the features here throughout Memorial Park and get this video going, because it's chilly. It's chilly. Woo! All right, so here is a 1930s feature. This is the sundial. I believe this one was restored. Oh, that's nice right there. Yeah, there is the sundial. This one would have been one of the features from the 1950s. Not my will, but thine be done. And each of these have a name for it. The garden of whatever, I don't know which, what exactly it's called, but it is one of the features from the 50s. Alright, so there's that one. Alright, this one's a little further back from everything. As you can see, we're at the far side of the cemetery. But this is the shelter house back here. Same thing, look at the slate roof on there. And I'll show you some of the woodwork inside. Another 1930s feature here, from back then. Like I said, some of those other monuments, and I think there's one over there that I walked to and I show you what it is. They all had different names to it. The Garden of Gethsemane, the Good Shepherd, Garden of Devotion, Garden of the Apostles, and whatnot. I don't know which one's what. But yeah, there's the shelter. We'll go inside and check this out. And then you look at the holders right here. Just look at that. Right? How cool is that? And then you come inside, see the woodwork in there. And I mean, look at the hangers right there. Wow. Now if you look right there. No bolts, no nails. Secured by wooden pins, which I think is fantastic. Look at this. Wooden pins. Wooden pins. It's awesome when you see that. That's crazy. That's awesome. But look how pretty it does look outside. If there's one thing I guess we can say about coming here in the wintertime or doing this video today, it would be the fresh snow on the trees and whatnot. So yeah, I got the little bench here. Somebody left their dang Diet Pepsi there. And again, I've never seen so many plaques around. Usually there's just one, but look at that bench right there. How cool is that? And yes, we are going to pick that up and throw it away, because whoever left that there, shame on you. Shame on you. And I don't know if I mentioned it either. The first burial here was in 1931. And when I went inside, the chapel for you, you seen that picture, and they think that was the first burial picture. But I think I'm gonna walk over to that one over there and go check that one out. That one over there would be from the 50s era over there. I can't believe how it's snowing out here. Jeez, man. All right, so here is this one over here. Like I said, this was from that 50s era. This, I'm assuming, is the Good Shepherd right here. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He layeth beside me still pastures, right? So, okay. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Yeah, look at that. It's actually a nice etching right there. Got the flock. So yeah, there's that one, the Good Shepherd. All right, here is another one from the 50s era right here. I don't know which one this would be called. Well, you know what this one is? Those are the apostles. So what, the Garden of the Apostles. So there's Saint Mark right there, Saint Matthew, and it tells about them down at the bottom. Saint John. Actually pretty cool when you get out and you start looking. You walk and everything. And Saint Luke right there. And then if you look, I don't know if I want to step there because it's all water, but if you look right there, it tells exactly what they did, a little description of who they were, what they did. So yeah, that would be the monument for the apostles right there. That's pretty wild, pretty cool. We will get over there. There's another feature over there, but we're going to talk about this one next. We'll go check that out. I can't believe how many people were actually walking around today, other than my dumb butt. All right, this one's pretty interesting to me, actually. I find this one mysterious, magical, which is kind of weird because we're in a cemetery, but it is a non-sectarian memorial park. That means anybody come here, no religious bounds at all, right? Okay, but now you can't see it, but this is the Lord's Prayer. This is the Lord's Prayer, and I know you can't see it real good, but the Lord's Prayer is on there. It's the Bible. See, if it wasn't snowing, you'd be able to see it, but that's the Lord's Prayer written on there. Okay, now, what really makes me, like, it's just mysterious to me. It's, I'm gonna wipe this off for you right there. See that right there? Now, I'm not gonna use my hands, so we're gonna do this. Because I'm gonna tell everybody right now, it's freezing, so give this video a thumbs up when you watch it. You see this right here? I hope you can make that out, right? Symbolism. I thought that was just really mysterious, especially when it's dry. You can see that. Let me see if I can, okay? Here, maybe that's a little better. Right? You see that? Now, I know it's non-sectarian, but, you know, it's over here by the Bible. Bibles aren't supposed to have, you know, magic or, you know, just different symbolism other than pertaining to Christ and the Bible and whatnot. But so when I first seen that, I'm gonna walk to my truck because it's cold. When I first seen that, I was like, that's the protection rune, right? Which would make sense. It's by the Bible. Protection. So that could be what it is to me. But, you know, then now you're dealing with paganism and stuff, and again, the non-sectarian kind of thing. But it's by the Bible. I don't know. Is that like is that a big chicken print? Maybe? I don't I don't know. And I'm just joking. For me, I looked at that and I was like, that's the protection rune symbol. So that's pretty cool. If you come out here and walk around, go check that out. It's like when you go back there, you just get some kind of feeling over it when you're there. But on to the next one. All right, here's another feature that would have been from the 30s, an original feature. You can see the wind vane up there, which I think is really cool. Oh, I think that's some birds flying. Wow, awesome. But yeah, this is the birdhouse. That's what this is right here. And I don't know, maybe that was like for lights or something in there. I don't know. I don't know if it lit up or whatever, but you got that, look at that, you got the grapes in the windows and whatnot. Yeah, this is there's another plaque. It's crazy how many historical plaques are on here. But there is the birdhouse. And again, look at the roof. It's a slate roof. How cool, right? Okay, I think there's one or two more. All right, right here is another garden area. I think there was one up by the church, a small one. But here is, and I don't know which one this would be called. So if you know, put it on there. Like I said, it is snowing, so if there's something written here, I have no idea. Got the lion heads. Wow, that's cool, right? Is that a fountain, mate? Is this like a fountain? Because that would be cool if it is. With that, I think that'd be wild. Wow. Then you walk over here, so totally different vibe, I'm sure, in the summertime. Totally different vibe, okay? Because things would be in bloom, and it would be a park-like setting, but not so much today. Here's that 360 view of what it looks like outside, and I'm walking around in it. Jeez Louise. But yeah, pretty, I think this would be pretty nice. Now, I come through here in the summertime, because I'm not going to lie, Glenwood Avenue is down that way. And, you know, like this person right there, flying through, you know, is using this as using this as the shortcut. Slow down, how about that? And yeah, so I'm gonna show you one more up here, and then we're gonna talk about somebody that's buried here that you might have not known. All right, here is the Zodiac wishing well. Look at that. Must be 1 o'clock. Sagittarius, Capricorn, Cancer. This is really wow. This is really cool. Leo, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Sagittarius, Aries, Capricorn, Cancer. Whoo! How cool is that, right? I'd like to see that in the summertime. But yeah, that's the I love, man, it is freezing. It is freezing out here. Like I'm not gonna lie. It's cold out here. But yeah, the fountain. I love the astrology things. Okay. Let me walk over here and let's talk about a couple people, but I'm going to show you one person that's interned here. Okay, so there are a couple people that are buried here or interned here that you might have not known were here. First one is Floyd Baker. Floyd Baker, if you follow baseball, he was a baseball player back in the day. He played, I want to say, I think the Red Sox and the White Sox, and I believe the Phillies. I want to say he was an infielder, if I'm correct. I don't know, but I know he played baseball, and he played for those three teams. Now, so there is one more person here that I really wanted to talk about. This is why I wanted to do the video in the first place. Youngstown's known for a lot of people here, a lot of famous people. A lot of boxers come from Youngstown, but there are also a lot of actors and actresses. There's one here by the name of Elizabeth Hartman. You may know some of her movies and maybe not know the name, but she was born in Youngstown. She went to Boardman schools, started getting into acting, or was interested in acting, started off at the Youngstown Playhouse, which is really cool. I mean, a lot of history right there. You can tell by the dates that she was not very old. Not very old. I think in, man, I'm not sure what year, but I know that she got her debut in, it was called A Patch of Blue. A Patch of Blue was her first movie. That was her first debut. She played a blind girl, I believe. I mean, she started with like Clint Eastwood and everything else. One of the weirdest movies that I remember was You're a Big Boy Now. Weird comedy, man. Go check that out. Go check the trailer out. It's a weird comedy. But yeah, she played in that. She was in a handful of movies. I mean, more than a handful. She was in quite a few movies. Full Moon is another one I can think of, and that was kind of like a horror spoof, like a comedy. Think Teen Wolf on that one. Let's see if anybody remembers Mrs. Brisby. Anybody know Mrs. Brisby? Elizabeth did the voiceover for Mrs. Brisby in The Secret of Nim. It was an animated cartoon movie about mice and stuff in there, magical. Like it was pretty cool. She did the voiceover with that. She was that was her last movie that she ever starred in, or not even started. That was her last movie ever. Her last movie ever, and her only animated film that she had ever done. I think she did go on like it, and she kind of acted a little bit like on a small level, but as far as movies, that was the last movie she was ever in, Secret of the NIM. And Elizabeth is right here. It's just amazing. This is why I wanted to do the this is why I wanted to do the video. This is definitely why I wanted to do the video, to show you her grave site here. And there's the garden, okay? And then if we went over there, there is the wishing well, and her grave is right there. I'm gonna go in the truck and finish this, man, because I'm telling you, I can hardly, it's cold. So on my channel we talk about mental health every once in a while, which is a big deal. A lot of people have mental problems, a lot of people have mental health issues, don't want to talk about them. Some people do talk about them. For me, I can say that it seems like the most happy people, the most people that you think are succeeding the most, that seem like they don't have no problems, are the ones that have the most problems. And you know this for a fact because you see in the news of, you know, your famous stars and actors and actresses and sports people and stuff that you think are like, wow, man, I wish I had his life or whatever, her life. And you're reading the news that they unalive themselves. Elizabeth is one of those people, actually. Again, this is why I wanted to do the video. She always had depression, I guess, a lot of depression. And long story short, she lived in Pittsburgh. She was born in Youngstown, lived in Pittsburgh. And one morning, she called her psychiatrist up because she was getting help. She was constantly getting help with her depression. And she called her psychiatrist up and said she was feeling just disconnected. In the beginning of this video, you heard me say like a quote, and that was one of her quotes. And there's more to it, but she was talking about her acting career and stuff. She ended up, now there were no witnesses, there was nobody was around, but they deemed it as self-unaliving. She jumped out of her 5th story apartment window in Pittsburgh, and that was how she ended her self. Just, you know, you never know what somebody's going through. You just never know. But yeah, check out some of her movies. Like I said, that You're a Big Boy Now is really, it's just a weird, man, it's a weird movie. It's just a weird movie and the horror spoof, you know. And then definitely The Secret of NIM. If you've never seen that, check it out. Pretty cool animation on there. I think you'll like it. And again, maybe you never heard of Elizabeth. And now you have, so go check out of her movies and keep her spirit alive, in a sense. But again, like the video, man, because it is flipping cold outside. But I wanted to do this video. I stayed local, and this is why I didn't travel to some of the things I was doing. But listen, I want to thank everybody for coming on today's adventure. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the channel, leave a comment. I do read every single comment. I love you guys that support the channel. And, you know, out in public, if you see me, you know, you flag me down, you say hi, you know, the selfies and stuff like that. I love you guys. That's great. So don't, if you see me out, just say hi, man. That's awesome. It's an awesome feeling. That way I know that you guys are, you know, checking out some of the things I post, you know, for yourselves. So that's an awesome feeling, and that's why I do this. So again, I want to thank you, and seriously, hit the like button, man. It's cold. I'm gonna go home and like, I might take a bubble bath, man. I'm telling you, I'm being serious. That's how cold I am. But I want to thank you guys once again. And until I see you on the next adventure, wherever that may be, Fata Malenge.